So here we are, another treehouse build weekend. Just arrived. It's just gone 9 o'clock on Thursday evening. Build weekend number 6, 7, not sure. But we're nearly there. And as you can see behind me, there is the treehouse in all her glory. Still looking pretty good. The site still looks good. Everything's here. Everything is incredibly green, as you can see around me. Absolutely amazing. Everything in full leaf. Glorious. Rivers down there. You can see down there, river's looking superb. There's the river. And here's the site. Here we are. Much tidier after our little efforts last time. As you remember, we gave things a good tidy up. Fireplace down there. And here she is. Here she is. Ooh, the door is open. Someone's obviously been up there. Ready to crack on with build weekend number 7. First job though is get a fire going, I think. Get a fire going, get a cup of tea on, and get the tools and the tent unloaded. There we go. That's planned for the evening. We'll probably see you in the morning unless I decide to film anything else tonight. But there's probably not going to be any very interesting things happening. So we'll see you in the morning. Ta-ra!
Good morning. I know it's not a great sight seeing me first thing in the morning, but James asked me to do a little bit of filming for the treehouse blog. So yeah, welcome to our place in the trees, and this is our place in the trees this morning. This is our cool fireplace. So yeah, we just set up some rocks either side of the fireplace, and this is our tripod for our old blackened kettle. Just trying to get a fire going this morning. We had a fire last night, so I'm just putting some wood shavings on top of the embers from last night, and as you can see, we've got a bit of smoke so far, so I'm just going to try and get this going. Yep, well, that managed to get going quite quickly thanks to a few wood shavings and last night's embers. Just get the kettle on, and we'll be putting on the grill in a few minutes to get some bacon. We've this time round we've managed to do a freshwater fridge, so James brought some dry bags and we slung them in the river last night, obviously attached to some rope, and we got some sausage and some bacon in there, and yeah, some milk for cereal as well. So it's been pretty good so far. We're going to get cracking with the balcony and with the walls, external walls this weekend. So you can see here, this is a sauna panel and another sauna panel, and we've got some old bit of shed there, but we actually want to shiplap the outside of that, so it looks fairly tidy. It's making our way up the slightly precarious but beautiful staircase. There we go. There you are. It's a nice internal view. So yeah, basically this side and that side needs external shiplap. There's our pretty kettle donated by Mr. Cox. Oh, Mrs. Cox, I think, actually. And yeah, this is the balcony. So this is our balcony structure. I'm just going to precariously balance out here. You can just about see it, actually. I feel like we're going to have to trim, give this bit of tree a trim so we can actually build the balcony. Probably see it better from this side, actually. There you go. There's the structure of it, built from last time. This is our mama tree that supports our treehouse. Oh yeah, you can see quite a good view there. We've cut off that part of the tree came down in a storm, so we've sort of flattened off the top and weatherproofed it, and then we used it to actually hold our main ridge beam, which holds up our roof all the way there. This is quite cool. But yeah, so fingers crossed we'll get the structure done. You can see there one of the diagonal struts that's holding up the balcony. We need to do a few more. We need to do one from that corner and one from that corner as well, just to hold it up, and then we're going to do some decking on here, so then we'll have a lovely view over our pond and the rest of the garden. So that's day 1 of treehouse build at the start, and we'll show you the progress later today.
Right, we have decided that first job for today is to put a triangulation in between that point there over the balcony and the tree. We already have an anchor point down here for this triangulation that you can see here, which goes up to the corner. up there. So we're using the same block, and they are kind of meeting each other at 90 degrees, so kind of compressing against each other, which is nice. And then once we've done this, if I can come around to a place where I can see, we'll do a similar triangulation that you can see here, but we're going to do it from here up to the base of something up there, and then I'll probably put a join in between here and here as well. And then these two triangulations will be secured in lots of weird and wonderful ways. It'll also kind of look cool, I think. So yeah, first job of the day underway. So I'm being a bit brave, filming with my camera phone over the pond. We're putting this joist in, I don't know if you can see that, hopefully, down there. Greg's attaching it down at the bottom end, will be in a moment. And we've cut this, let me bring you around here, like this. Cut this weird little joint in here. And the thing is, with these, can I just spin this round, Greg? Just so I can show the fancy doofer a bit. You might just need to support that end. There you go. So we end up having to cut like a weird thing like this, because it's like got two angles on it, because not only are we having to cut to this angle here, but also it's going down, so it comes in on two planes, if that sort of makes sense. So we end up with these weird cuts in the end. But what it does mean is that when you flip these back around again and drop them into place like a glove, fits on both sides all the way around. And then we'll fix this in, zip this top bit off flush with these, and that, hey Greg, is another triangulation that goes in. And then we'll take another triangulation from here up to here somewhere to stop this kind of obviously flapping a bit. And then as I mentioned earlier, we'll take another one over to here, so that's like a horizontal bar between these two triangulations, and that will create many triangles in many planes in many ways. And as we all know, in terms of structure, triangles are excellent. Okay. So just spent the last hour and a half on this one piece of wood. The reason being is this is the piece that's going to go between those two triangulations there, and I'm just going to show you the ends.
That is a complicated cut.
That's one end, and that's the other end.
There's like 4 different angles you've got to work on there.
So basically, to fit underneath the triangulation of the triangulation, and underneath this triangulation of this triangulation, there are 2 cuts to be made, and each cut has 2 planes that it's operating on. If that makes sense?
Just shows it working.
And in relation to each other, they have to be at a 90-degree angle in relation to each other. But they alter this way, and they alter this way. So it's like
it's a miracle
and
piece of
the whole thing
wood.
Has to be the exact right length as well, because otherwise it doesn't work as a brace.
So just don't drop it in the pond, basically.
I'm secretly, well, not very secretly, incredibly pleased with how this has turned out. And it was actually a really wonderful piece of teamwork, because we've all had little parts to play. Sighting lines, drawing marks, holding it, supporting it, cutting it, and it's turned out absolutely spot on. So
let's watch it go in.
You want to watch it go in?
It's very pretty when it goes.
In under that side there.
And because it fits so perfectly,
because it fits so well,
they don't have to hold it in. Look at that.
You don't even need to screw it.
Well, we are going to. We are going to screw it.
Yeah.
Theoretically,
but yeah,
that's quite a bit of bracing there for the balcony. Look at that bad boy.
Helicopter flies over, but yeah, I don't know if you can see right in there, it meets that face of that piece of wood, and over here it meets the face of that one, and here, if you have a look here, Greg, you'll see how it fits really well. So this gives you an idea of how it goes. So it fits on this face here, but it also fits on this face here. So yeah, if you look end up right on the end like that, there you go. That shows you. And it does that at both ends. So we're pretty
So as well as really exciting joinery joints, we also have lots of various camp things we need to do. So camp things, things that we need to do so that we can come and stay down here. So we've got to think about water, and we've got to think about light and heat and things. But one of the big wins was a donation by a friend, which is the aqua roll. Hello there. Here we are. So this is our aqua roll. I think it's 60 litres. Ooh, there you go. It's quite a good size. Here we are. Turn it around for you. It's a caravan piece of kit normally for caravan camping. Aqua roll. It's a good old size. I'm just sterilising it at the moment with some brew kit sterilisation stuff. So that's our lovely aqua rolls. Roll that down the garden and fill her up. And this is our handle, so you stick it in and make it a little bit of a push along thing. And recently have purchased an exciting piece of kit, which is our aqua roll tap. So hopefully we'll be able to have a lot more access to water rather than having to carry these stupid little 4 litre things around, which the taps are rubbish for. So just sterilising that from the moment. Use some hot water from the fire to get that going. So yeah, we don't have running water, but we have access to a lot of water, which is rock and roll. And you'll soon see what we're going to be doing with heat and light.
Okay, so I'll just give you a bit of a update on where we're at. It's the end of, well, it's nearly the end of day one. It's about 8 o'clock in the evening. We'll be packing up and having a bit of tea shortly, and then we'll probably just do tidy up and chill. So, as you can see behind me, the balcony has been worked on today. So I'll give you a little bit of a tour of what we've been up to. Here we go. So, a few more joists going in on the balcony. You can see another triangulation down there. And there's just about see through there, the one we did earlier this morning. And yeah, we're just getting the last few joists in. We're having to extend a few of these joists and kind of overlap joint them, but not a problem. That one there I'm just working on at the moment. I'm going to notch out little bits because they're actually 6x2 and the rest of the balcony is made out of 4x2, so they would sit proud if we just left them as they were. So I'm notching them out so that they sit down over the rails and sit down, and then they'll be flush across the top with everything else, which is awesome. So the balcony is coming on. So much so, we have some floor on it. Look, I'm standing on it. Hello. Yeah, we've got some planking down, some decking down on the balcony, and James did this morning and stroke this afternoon, and Greg is cracking on with that side. Well, he's not currently, 'cause he's making some tea, but that's what's been going on. Which is amazing. And then if I bring you around here, you see what else has been going on. A bit more shiplap going in there, and James has decided he wanted to put that window in there because it just fitted perfectly. So he did. Awesome. So he's put that window in, and it's absolutely spot on. And what it does give us, if I come around here, so that's the big window we did last time, and if we look, gives us a view back up the plot. There's the tent.
Test. You see, that looks pretty good to me.
What are you cooking there, James?
Hello. This is my campfire special.
Let's have a little look at that.
Honey glazed, you can see that. Honey glazed pork chop with East African honey, homegrown onions. They were homegrown in Cheshire, and some lovely apples, and a good quantity of robust cider, and I believe that is it. All natural.
It looks
all natural.
amazing. If you can actually kind of make that out on the camera.
Yeah,
Oh, there we
yeah.
go. Look. Oh, look at that.
That is honey glazed pork chop and cider, apples and onion.
On the campfire kitchen, cooked like a pro.
Cooked using
To go with
bits of shed.
rustic mash.
With
The
cheese.
plates are awaiting the pork
Yeah.
goodness.
I'll plate you up now, James.
Oh, here we go. Look. Here we go.
Check this.
Oh,
Would you like some apples there?
oh, I'd love a bit of those apples. How'd you like those apples?
A few apples and onion just on the side there.
Beautiful.
There you go, Squire.
Gordon Ramsay, eat your heart out.
Oh yes. They call me Blumenthal.
Call you something. All on the campfire kitchen. Hey, Greg.
Blumenthal doesn't know how to cook.
Greg's going for a shower
A campfire shower.
because over here you can't see a blooming thing because it's pitch black under here. It's not actually pitch black, obviously, because you can see the light outside, but under the cover, Greg has built over there a shower block of sorts.
It's not going to be dead warm because we're using solar showers and it hasn't been that sunny, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
But I've put a kettle of water in, it is warmish, I'll give it a go.
Excellent.
One thing is, I think we're going to need flip-flops because obviously you're standing on the ground, but we'll give it a go. Most of me will be clean.
I think we'll avoid
clean
getting
as it ever
footage of the
gets.
actual shower in progress, but you know, don't want to scare the kids.
Pretty sure I'm not getting arrested for that.
I think we might come over and have a look at the shower block though.
Oh, you know.
Okay, so we come along here, Treehouse is up there, as you can see, and I'll sort of fight my way through. Greg has arranged some sheet of corrugated tin. Oh, and a bit of wood. Oh, it's nice and light in here, look. Courtesy of the white backing on there. And there's a bit of old shed. And there is the solar shower. It's been sitting out on the grass all day. It hasn't been very sunny. It's not cold though. It's not warm, but it's not cold. So, yeah, he's rigged that up, strung it up there. A little bit of privacy from camp kitchen over there. Well, this could be interesting. Let's see how he gets on. Good morning, world. Start of day 2, Saturday. We are up and raring to go. Yeah, and I've just had my first treehouse shower, which is amazing, in Greg's fabulous kind of makeshift shower cubicle, which is open to the world on one side, but luckily there's nobody there, which is quite a liberating and freeing experience, and very, very joyful. You might be able to hear in the background a bit of sawing if I spin you round.
Good morning. Hello.
There's Gregory.
Good morning. You're right. Playing with some wood.
Greg's playing with his morning wood. And
that's not going on the plug, is it?
that's going in. And he's making it's like a sawhorse, but it's not for sawing with. It's going to be.
You probably could saw on it.
You probably could, to be fair. It'd be a multi-purpose item. There's our apple roll down there. It's currently just sitting on a log. But Greg's quite keen for it to have a home of its own. So there's Greg. Yeah, yes, I am filming you doing some sawing, like a pro. Look at that! Oh, let's just check that out, ladies and gentlemen.
Like a pro.
Look at that sawn edge.
Just ignore the curve.
Looks pretty good from here, mate. To be fair, it's almost even square. But it's not as square as you. Good. So yeah, Greg's making joyous use of clamps and wood and nipple clamps and all sorts of things this morning.
This is not going on the vlog, is it?
I don't even know. Can you tell that I'm feeling fresh and showered and clean? Because I'm all in good spirits. That was an amazing shower and exactly what I needed this morning. And now I'm going to sit down to another bowl of Jordan's Country Crisp because we are. We should be. I'm going to write to them.
We're cooking in the country. And we're eating Jordan's Country Crisp.
Yeah, because look, there's even a picture of the countryside on the packet. That's how countryside it is. You know.
We get free cereal at least.
So if you're watching, Mr. or Mrs. Jordan's, if that's even what your name is, you know, sponsorship is always accepted. Bribery, backhanders, it's all fine.
You can use this on the TV if you like.
Yeah, put us on the telly. We'll do your next advert. How about that? You know, do you like it country?
Do you like the crisp?
And soggy, then you don't want this. Do you like it kind of urban and crispy? Then this isn't for you. Do you like it country and crispy? Then you need Jordan's Country Crisp. There you go. Well, basically, we've done that for you. You can rip that off YouTube, Mr. Jordan's or Mrs. Jordan's, and yeah, checks in the post to our place in the trees, Ramsden End, middle of nowhere. Checks payable to Bodget, Scarpa and Moron. I don't even know. I'm hungry. This is the problem. I need some sugar. I'm going to go and eat food, and we'll catch you in a little bit when we're doing something far more interesting. Look at Greg. He's even measuring.
9.6 divided by 2, anyone?
9.6 divided by 2. 4.5 plus 0.3 is 4.8. James has joined us as well. Good morning, James. James is auditioning for his part in The Walking Dead upcoming series. Did you sleep? Did you sleep all right, mate?
Greg is soaring. Greg likes to soar.
Hello. That's like a Bob the Builder type video.
What are you
Greg.
soaring,
I
Greg?
like soaring. I'm soaring wood, James.
What type of soar is that?
This is called a wood saw.
Wow.
Guess what it does? It saws wood.
Ooh. James is stoking the fire there. I love our fire. It has rocks, tripod made of wood, and a kettle. Cunningly suspended above the fire on Builder's Band.
Oh!
We all know how much you love Builder's Band, James.
I love Builder's Band.
I love Builder's Band.
Greg loves Builder's Band.
I'm at one with Builder's Band.
I think if Greg could make clothing out of Builder's Band, he'd actually wear it.
I think he would wear a Builder's Band
But
jacket.
James never lets us use building band in construction because he's...
I do.
We've used it 3 times. Still...
Sorry?
Are you watching me drive that screw home, are you?
Yeah, drive your screw. So we now have 2 lovely flayed men.
Out.
I'm going to zoom right in on your screwing action.
Kind of embarrassing that it jumped, but never mind, eh?
That's alright. Just get better at it, that's all.
My embarrassing Black and Decker in there.
Concentration face. So there we go. Look! 2 matching flayed men emblems of the House Bolton. Very nice, Greg. So that's how it's going to go, like that, is it?
Like that. You can put the water on top. Or wood. You can put wood on top as well if you like.
And we're going to have some little bits that go kind of here and here and here and here and here and here and here. I realised I just poked at Greg's groin. Never mind. Not for the first time today.
That was defensive. It was for the first time today. That hasn't happened before.
Honest. Well, not deliberately.
Right, I need help doing this one.
Okay.
Looking around the camera.
But yeah, basically
Now
Game
the,
of Thrones is dragons, explosions and boobs. I think that's pretty much... Can you think of any other way to describe Game of Thrones?
It's got swords.
Swords.
Jon Snow don't know nothing.
You don't know nothing about swords.
That might come into the boobs category.
Violence. I mean, like extreme violence is probably...
Always good fun.
Greg is about to demonstrate extreme violence
To a piece of wood.
to a piece of wood. So now we're forming our frame for our barrel. So it's been fascinating this morning, hasn't it, ladies and gents?
Woof!
I think
You're in.
I ought to just put 2 in and we ought to see if the barrel fits. Just put 2 in each side. Like one there and one here.
Probably sensible.
Just because I might have to take it out again.
Alright.
Said the bishop to the undertaker. Whoa. Just changing angle
I'm going
there.
slightly higher because...
Show you the cross brace going in.
I like how your drill kind of sounds like it's...
Stop there.
It kind of sounds like it's going, wow, wow, when you're using it.
Wow.
It's that. No, it
It
does.
must-
but
it must be like that.
It would. Doesn't. Listen. Because the discrepancy, it means it'd be sitting on one point of contact here and one point of contact there, snugly, which skews it. Also,
No, honestly,
when
like,
we put the feet bits on, it'll firm the angles up.
yeah. But the fact that this is in front of this,
Yeah.
because the orientation where that's sitting is that way. If these were totally lined up with each other,
Yeah.
it will not. It doesn't matter.
But the lining up will be better once we get the bottom bits in, because that'll firm
Yeah.
up the angles, won't it?
Well, they're fixed now.
Yeah.
with this.
Besides which, I'm just gonna put 2 there, and it won't matter
yeah.
because the black rubber wheels are gonna sit on these. It won't matter. In fact, do you want to grab your drill and we'll do this quickly? Might as well.
Yeah, well,
James and Greg have a technical discussion. Take me through the finished article, Greg.
This is a sawhorse, which we're using to get water. It's empty at the moment, but you stand it here and you put your cup here and then, get water out, etc. So, it's a couple of X's and some bits of wood, and it sits on top there. Also, if you wanted to saw wood, you could put wood in there and just as well. So that's
Lovely.
our sawhorse.
Completed.
Thrown together before 10 o'clock in the morning. How about that?
Hey. Oh, lovely sight there.
Easy.
That might need to be edited.
For the sake of the children.
Right,
Think of the children.
what are we up to, James?
Making extended wood.
Well, that's always fun, that job.
Yeah, final joist going in the balcony, which is good because it makes me want to shoot myself.
With joy.
with joy, with wood spot. Yeah, it's good. Now we need to mark the ends, the angles on the underside of these, then we can cut those, then it will sit in place, but then it needs notching to go over the rails because this is 6x2, not 4x2. And then we cut those two notches in like you can see on there and there, we don't look too closely because they're a bit shite. And then it will drop down and then we nail it in and then we go for a T. Woo!
From the lay chair, it does look awfully good though. All those nice long joists running across the balcony.
And
all looks very professional.
We were talking about kind of doing the things at 45 degrees. I'm thinking we just do them square that way.
Sounds
then
good.
They're going perpendicular to the joist, which
The
is
noggins.
No, the floor.
Boards.
Yeah, planks.
Should I go that way
Yeah,
rather than this way?
yeah.
Cool.
Well, they have to because they can't go this way because there's no choice.
I knew
No
that.
choice to sit on. So we were going to do them at 45 degrees because it kind of looked pretty, but that's a hell of a lot of faff. And
Yeah.
I agree.
just doing like that.
So,
That's what I reckon.
like that. Like that.
It's cool. We
Good.
got a nice lip to start with them.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
So that's why we left that exposed there. So
It's nice to have your back against the tree, isn't it, James?
It's
It's nice. In the middle, on the tree.
It's a nice place to
This
sit.
is what it's about.
It's a nice place to sit
Yeah.
and view all the
Nature.
joy. Yeah.
Hello.
How's your phone go?
Fine. It's good that we're using recycled materials. Means if you want to find anything, you've got to spend half an hour going through a pile, and then when you find it, you have to remove 45 rusted nails and screws that are all bent. So, what you
Swings and
saving,
roundabouts.
what you save in money, you make up for in time. So it actually works out even, really.
But we have time.
We have time.
We don't have money.
Nice.
James is having some joy with his corner.
Corner of joy. I finally found the piece that fits. Featherboarding is great fun until things like that happen, and you break your end, and it's all very distressing. So you go back to
That
the
is
drawing
distressing.
board.
Whatever you do, mate, don't break your end.
I know,
Whatever
never
you do.
break your end.
Chuck us down.
Terribly distressing. So you get on with it, draw in a deep breath, and head to the next bit of featherboarding. And you can see what I'm trying to achieve is going up the edges of this window pane, because I put it in, and so it's slightly substandard around the edges.
I wouldn't
so
say that.
hiding some of that, but I'm very pleased with it generally. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of my own work. But basically, just covering the edges, extra waterproofing, so there's method to the shamefacedness of the mistakes. But it's generally enjoyable. I quite like featherboarding. I did this yesterday. I'm quite pleased with that. Lovely curve working up this nice doorway. So I'm pleased with the detail. I love the fact that this great balk of hazel is going to appear out of the featherboarding and disappear
And then go back in again at the top.
Look very natural, look very nice. And so generally very pleased. But as Greg says, working with recycled materials can be frustrating.
Not only recycled materials, but natural materials in their natural state.
Yes, all of the above.
So the stuff we've got that is machined is knackered and scrappy, and the stuff that we got that isn't machined is all bendy and wobbly. So
lots
you
of
know.
joy. Lots of joy.
it makes for grace makers. I think that's what they're called, isn't it?
Yep.
Grace makers.
Oh, but yeah, generally splendid fun.
Cracking on.
Well folks, we are at a monumentous moment, so I had to just capture this on film. James is still working down there on his wall, which is working his way up nicely. It's coming there, very, very sweet. But I am now standing on the very tip of the balcony. I don't know if you can see that underneath me. I'm going to bring you around and show you a little bit about where I am right now. Balcony. fully joisted out. And look where I am standing, right on the outside tip of that balcony. And it is solid, absolutely solid as a rock. Couldn't be happier with how this has turned out. Nice fat joists in there, more decking to go on. So cool.
Greg,
Yes, sir.
what are you up to?
Oh, hello. I'm currently being attacked by this little bit of tree. I'm trying to work under it to create this balcony, as you can see here. And I have lots of pieces of recycled wood that are all different shapes and sizes.
Look at
But
that.
it's all 18 mil though, which I spent the morning doing.
Beautiful bit of balcony.
It's beautiful, isn't it, eh? Beautiful.
Greg carrying on planking.
Planking.
Greg from the other side. So Greg's currently screwing down one of these planks so they get screwed out at any length. Then we trim the end off and reuse said ends for further planking. It's making a lovely pattern there. You can see if I just dice with death on the balcony.
If I just touch with death here.
There we go. I'll now show you what James has been doing. Something I started this morning, you may be familiar with it. This rather beautiful bit of work here. And we're diving, the hazel diving out of the wood. Oh, look at that craftsmanship. Hand carved beautifully by Mr. H. Absolutely.
Don't you be filming my builder's bum crack.
It's alright, we got plenty with Greg's.
Hello.
Absolutely beautiful, James.
Thanks, man.
The woodwork, I meant the woodwork.
Oh yeah, that too, obviously.
So this is whittling down the edge of this featherboarding
Taking the frayed bits off.
and fitting it to this bit of hazel. Oh,
I'll do, eh? Ignore that bit, it gets covered.
that'll do.
Like that. With a finger.
Beautiful.
So, Greg and I have decided to spend the evening. Hello. It's Saturday evening, and we've decided to spend the evening sorting out this enormous pile of wood because it's all got very messy, and we don't know where everything is a lot of the time. And Greg spent a lot of time looking for balcony, suitable wood for the balcony, and part of the problem is that kind of thing. Just loads of bits of running wood all stuck together in a big pile. We don't know what it is. It's also nice to keep the site tidy and see a bit of change and a bit of progress and clear this space as we use it, and it opens out the clearing so we actually have some space to do things in, which will be awesome. Maybe even hang some hammocks, you never know, which would be great. So we're tidying up a little bit. We've sorted a few things out. The eagle-eyed amongst you will probably notice the odd change. Various things have disappeared. One of them being, spin around, this pine tree, which we cut down a very long time ago to make way for the treehouse itself, and it did stand just there. I thought I'd have to saw it down and then spend ages getting the root ball out, but it turns out I just leant on it, shoved it, and it came out. So there's a load of junk there, waiting to go to the tip, more stuff that we're sorting out, but I just want to show you. There, look at that. It's finished. Shiplap is all done up that piece of wall, and this fantastic piece of hazel that is actually the leg of this corner of the treehouse. It comes up there, it bows out and it bows back in. It doesn't matter that it bows there because actually the strength of it is just taking it here in the floor, and above there we left it in just to be a featurey bit of that door frame, which kind of gave the shape of that door frame. And it goes up, you can just see it poking out the top here, a little bit that pokes out. So we decided to leave it in and work the shiplap around it. So that is lots of little pieces of shiplap up this side. These are all tiny little bits that we cut to fit in, and it's all shaped. I might take you up there in a minute and show you it in closer detail. And the balcony is coming on, and you can't really see from here. If I go under here, perhaps you will. Look, that side, there's no light coming through because it's all floored out. It's all floored out there, and it's all floored out here. There's just this little end bit left to do, which we're going to try and do tomorrow if we find more 18mm thick boarding in the pile of stuff, hence why we decided to do some tidying up this evening. So that's the plan, and then it'll be bedtime. See you tomorrow. Good morning. Start of day 3. First issue we've discovered this morning, our freshwater fridge, which is a dry bag full of our food or milk, which we keep down there, isn't there. So we think it's come untied and floated off downriver. So the first job is to go and find it, and then we can have some milk for our breakfast. This is our river. Meanders off into the distance, and I think in there I see a bright yellow dry bag. Question is how to get to it. See what we can do. Yep, there it is. Hung up on some gravelly bits. It is at least still full of underwater. So, or mostly underwater, as much as it was. So it should still be cold. This lady's coming to say hello, see what's going on, as well as one of these ones. So be a little bit careful. Because there are calves around, and these guys have really big horns. See, don't want to mess with those. Squidgy. Yeah, luckily not very far away from the shore. And a gravelly bit. I'll find a stick. That should do. Ta-da! Breakfast time. Okay, end of the weekend, as you can tell, hair is a mess. But we've achieved a lot. The tent is gone, the car is packed up and ready to go. So I'll give you a quick tour of what we've done. Spin you around. Et voila! Okay, pine tree is gone. Out of the way. Tidy up with the wood, bits and bobs. Over there. Look, we have a big gap here. We've tidied up some timber. All the nice neat piles over there now. And under the stairs, where we have arranged things, and Greg has made some fabulous signs, battens, short stuff and little blocks. So little blocks there, short structurally type stuff there, and little batteny bits there for covering gaps and sealing up holes and things like that. We've made a stand for our water container. There you go, you saw that earlier, reminiscent of Ramsay Bolton's flayed man stand thing. Probably we won't use it for that though. Coming up the tree house. Bit of a sort out in here. It's a little bit tidier than it was. We've taken a screw audit. Never thought I'd say that before. We have a screw audit. Look! The balcony is nearly done. Nearly. So very nearly. But it's so done that I can actually walk out all the way around here. And I can go back into the tree house here, but we won't be able to do that eventually because there'll be a wall here. But yeah, look, balcony. Isn't that awesome? There we go. That bit of wall, done. That took a while. James's window, he's very happy with that. Bless him. And essentially, oh no, hang on. You can't see them now because we've pinned them all in. Let's have a look through here. Look, triangulations. More triangulations down to base blocks on the tree and one over there. So we've done that this weekend as well. And that is pretty much going to be it. Yeah, that is it. So we will see you next time. I think Greg is in the car already. Are you around, Greg? Oh, he's underneath me. Hang on. Here he is.
Hello.
Got any last words or thoughts for the weekend?
Yeah, it's been a fun weekend. We've managed to make a beautiful balcony, which is sturdy and you can bounce something down on it, it doesn't shake. What else did we do? We took off, finished off some crazy shiplap around that
Yeah, they've had the
wonderful
tour.
bendy thing. You know, always sad we couldn't have stayed longer and done more, but we're all knackered now, so it's time to go home. But yeah, and good weather as well. It's been pretty much overcast but warm the whole time, so yeah, we had a good time, haven't we?
Yeah.
So shall I say goodbye?
Happy days. Bye bye.
The end.